Hello, hello, my beautiful beloved creators. Happy Monday. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. I am Dr. Carrie, and this is where we come together to lift our vibrations, align with our highest and best selves, and create our lives. Oh, I was going to say, create our lives vibrationally. That's what I used to say. Now I try to say, because I didn't know if that made sense. Does that make sense to you guys now that you know that I talk about vibrations and everything? But but then it's like, well, you create your lives vibrationally, but really the point is that we want to create our ideal realities. So I changed it, but I fell back to that one. And you know what's funny is, let's see if I can fix it. I realized that in the title, I left out a conjunction. Let's see if it's even working. While I'm doing technical stuff, making sure you get cozy, get your coffee, get your favorite beverage. I am back to my delicious mushroom coffee and creme brulee creamer. But my little cup died, so it makes all the noise. But you know, my self stirring mug no longer stirs. It just kind of clicks, and then the little blade doesn't turn. So that's it. But anyway, so how is everybody doing? Last week, wow, has it been 2 weeks now? We finished our 5-week challenge. We did the, let me see if this is going to let me edit the title real quick. Real quick, like, of. See if that did it. Or if I just ruined it everything. Okay. Uh-huh. All right. So it says we're live. It says we're working. I edited the title. We've got cozy. We've got our cups. So let's get talking. I wanted to talk today about the devastation of not having enough money. And the point of that I want to talk about specifically is when we talk about money, when you're in your normal conversation, someone invites you to go somewhere, something comes up. I have a colleague, and every time she talks, she goes, I don't have the money for that. But yet, she'll still buy things. Like, she signed up for this expensive mentorship program. But she was kept saying, I don't have money for that. I don't have money for that. I don't have money for that. And then, you know, bada bing, bada boom, she had the money for it. And so there's there's a bunch of things, two main points that I want to talk about. When you talk about your finances, your current situation, your money, what's going on in the bank, um, anything like that, listen to the words that you say and the emotion attached to it. Because if you say you're broke all the time, oh, I'm so broke, I don't have any money, I'm broke, look around your life and see if things, other things are broken. What else is broke in your life? Do you have broken relationships? Do things break all the time? Did your car break down? It's like, if the words that we use are really, it's kind of in my face. The words that we use are what creates our lives. So if you constantly are saying, I'm broke, that is the message to you. It's interesting how this works, right? Because we say these words that we don't realize that we're saying. But those are the messages that we need to realize that we're saying, because they're describing how we feel overall about our life. Does that make sense? So it's, those are the words that are keeping us at the vibration that we're at. Does that make sense? So when you constantly are saying, oh, I'm broke, or I'm devastated, or I'm there was a joke that we used to make. We used to watch Family Guy, and they were like, oh, he's dead inside. He's just dead. And we thought that was hilarious, so we started saying it. But now that I realize more about what that could cause, it's like, I don't want to say that anymore. Let's not say that anymore. We don't want to be dead inside. We want to be happy and alive and exuberant and healthy, right? If you're walking around talking, hey, Booja, hello. If you're walking around and you talk about how much you hate things, even if you don't really mean it, I mean, that is a very strong word. And if you really get in touch with your emotions, when you say strong negative words, hate, broke, um, dead inside, that actually kind of has an energetic pull on us. And it's our job to listen to those words and come up with better feeling words, right? So if you are so I just had a thought that I want to share real quick. Another thing that happens, it's the words we use against ourselves. So the words we use all the time, the words we use against ourselves are huge, and the words we use against other people. So if you're constantly going, oh, Becky, look at her butt, and you're talking about people and putting people down, that's actually a negative feel on you. Because what I mean by that is your inner being, our inner beings, every single one of us, we are infinite spiritual beings of pure love and light, right? So anytime that we are not in alignment with that, coming from a place of love and light, coming from a place of understanding, coming from a place of, okay, everything is working out for me in my highest and best interest. So what does this mean? you know, and we're looking to criticize, or we're talking about how broke we are, or we're talking about how we're going to be alone for the rest of our lives, or we're talking about, you know, putting other people down and criticizing other people, criticizing ourselves. We are literally pulling ourselves apart. We are literally tearing ourselves apart because our inner being is saying, no, you are pure love and light. You are optimum health is your natural state of being. Abundance of wealth is your natural state of being. And true happiness is your natural state of being. And it's going to hold us like an anchor. And so when we feel bad, it's because we are actually pulling against who we really are. See if I have I always like the rubber band example, because your inner being is like, this is who you are. We're strong. We're pure love and light. We're happy. We're healthy. We're abundant. And so then when we say, I'm broke, or I'm sick, or I'm devastated, or I'm this, the reason we feel bad, the reason we feel that, this is to let us know we are pulling away from what we truly are. And then that tension and stress, and I wanted to snap in my face, that tension and stress is what we feel. That is literally the internal damage we're causing on our energetic being, our physical being. We wonder why we wake up sick, or we wake up with aches and pains, and we age, and we get, all this kind of stuff. It's because of this stress that we're causing on ourselves. Now, when we can stop pulling this way and start saying, oh, how exciting, I want that new adventure. Our inner being go, because it's like, oh, that feels good, that's exciting. That's how we know that we're in alignment. We feel good, we feel bubbly, we feel excited. We're like, oh, what's happening? That that means we're in alignment with who we really are. It's that higher vibration of wonder and enjoyment and bliss and all that. And so that's because our inner being's going, ooh, you want that? Now let's go here. This is our new vibration. Wherever. Anyway, this is the new vibration. And so then what happens is it's like, okay, because our inner being, once again, true happiness, optimum health, and abundance is our natural state. So that is where our inner being is going to hold to. And when we see something new and exciting and exotic and oh, that trip that we want to go on, or that lover that we want, or that bank account balance that we want, we say yes, that's exciting, that's exhilarating, whatever. So your inner being is now holding to that point. But then what do? We come up with excuses why we can't have it. Oh, we can't travel right now because of COVID. We can't, there's nobody out there for me. I'm never going to find anyone. My balance is zero and my overcount's drawn and my account's overdrawn and I'm broke and this is awful, awful, awful. I'm so afraid I'm gonna snap my face. I don't want to do that. So that's what happens. But instead we're supposed to say, ooh, look at that shiny thing. Our inner being holds us to it and then we go and follow it. So there's no this is called creating, where you say I want something, your inner being goes and lines up with it, and then you line up with your inner being, right? So it's like there is tension, but we're supposed to feel the excitement and the rush and the enjoyment and the pleasure of it. But you're gonna feel a little tension because you're doing something new, doing something you don't know about, doing something, that's the whole point of creation and creating and manifesting and all that kind of, and living and all that kind of stuff is everything you've been through in your life creates the desire inside of you. That's manifesting 101. You have the desire, right? The actions of your life, who you are, where you come from, everything like that creates a desire within you. That's you letting you and your inner being co-creating and saying, yes, we want that. So then your inner being goes, okay, I'm going to find the fastest, best, easiest possible way to line up with what you want. And your inner being, of course, knows it's not just the shiny red ball that you're interested in today. It's taking into account everything that you've always wanted, So when you go through life, you get clarification on exactly what you want. And so then your inner being is now taking all that in consideration, lining up with it, and telling you, just like your Waze app, says, go here, turn here, do this, go there, follow the fun, follow the passion, follow the enjoyment of it. And always look for, okay, if I if I run into a dead end here, it's not because I don't deserve this. It's because I need to clarify what this actually means to me. So then you get back on track, right? But once again, instead, what we end up doing is we say, ooh, I want that shiny new vacation or that wonderful loving relationship. And so our inner being saying, yes, you can have it. And then we say, but what do I do? How do I get there? I don't deserve it. I'm not good enough. It's too hard. There's, all that stuff. So I just want you to see that visual because this is what This is the equivalent of the visceral feelings you have inside of you when you say, I can't have what I want. That, my true heart's desire is out of my reach. I'm devastated that I don't have the money for what I need. Because, right? So when you feel like this, your job, I'm off camera, out of frame. Okay. Yeah, that's actually probably better because you're way off target. That's the whole point. You are so facing the wrong way from what you want. You're off the radar. It's not even in the vicinity of it, and that's why it feels so bad. Not because you don't deserve it, not because you can't have it, not because there's nobody out there for you, not because you have to work harder or this or that. It's because you are pulling away from it. You're rejecting it. You're focusing on the I don't the I want to say the negativeness of it, but or the emptiness of it, or the lack of it. There we go. The lack of it. It's like I want it, but it's not here. So where is it? I keep looking for it. It's over here. It's not over there, and that's why you feel so bad. It's right here. So when you feel bad, you need to turn around and find, okay, this feels better. Okay, this feels a little bit better. Okay, this feels good. Oh, nope, I took a step backwards. Okay, so, and anytime you take a step backwards, it's not a step backwards. It's just helping you fine tune what you really, really want. And, you know, some, sometimes we used to say, oh, I want a pony. But then, did you really want a pony or did you really just want to feel like a princess? Or, it's like, what did you really want? Did you really want the doing the hay and the picking up the poo and cleaning the stalls and all that kind of stuff? Or did you really just want to go, you know, feel like a princess? I just said that already, but did you want the feeling of feeling like a princess? Which comes to the main point of this is it's not the end result that's going to make us happy. So I always coach my clients, happiness is first, right? So, and that's a choice, that's a decision, that's something you have to back up, that's something you have to work on, that's something you have to journal about, that's something you have to meditate on. What does happiness feel like? And if you switch all your energy to really discovering what happiness and joy really feel like to you, then whenever you see something that you want, you're already in it, right? Because it's gonna, so basically you're the one who's happy, and then your inner being goes, oh, here, let's bring that to you. Does that make sense? Because now you're the one saying, I feel good, I feel happy, I'm content, I love myself, I know who I am, I know I'm this infinite spiritual being in a body. I know that I'm here to co-create. I know that I'm here to have fun. I know that I'm here to learn and grow and all that, and everything's always working out for me. And then, ooh, I want to experience that. And then your inner being says, oh yeah, okay, let's do that. And then you say, ooh, I want to experience that. And your inner being goes, oh, okay, let's do that. Right? But you're already happy. So it's not the experience that's bringing you happy. It's not the money that's bringing you happy. It's not the lover that's bringing you happy. And I say that because that's funny. That's Abraham's word, but you know, that's what they want, right? The lover. The love and the loving and the lover and the this. Um, and so I'm just making sure that everything's still working. Um, so yeah. So what I called this the devastation of not having enough money, and it's because I want you to hear, to pay attention to the words and the feelings. So the feelings are the most important thing. So when you decide that happiness is all that matters, and it's not the stuff that's bringing you happiness, it's the happiness that's going to bring all the stuff. Does that make sense? The happiness first, and then everything else is icing on the cake. Everything else is just for the fun of it. Everything else is just for the pleasure of it. But you're already happy, content, satisfied, and you know that your needs will be met. That's where faith comes in a sense, but and it has to go beyond faith to knowing, where you just know that you'll always be taken care of. You know that everything is always working out in your highest and best good. That you know that that you can be, do, and have whatever you want. And that's the closing of the gap. So it's really not the devastation of not having enough money, it's the devastation of not being able to close our own gaps to believing and knowing that we can have everything that we want, right? If you're devastated, I mean, how does it feel when you go to the ATM and you're like, you don't have enough money to pay the bills, or you're at the grocery store and you're like, oh, is this going to cover what I bought? And not be, I don't know, any of those scenarios, not are, especially right now, it's like there's so much happening out there, and we've been taught we've been taught from a place of lack for so long that that's why everyone thinks it's normal. But what I want to do is help, show, teach, lift everyone up to knowing that coming from the place of abundance, knowing that we can have and be and do whatever we want, and that we are taken care of, and this is a loving universe that we're in, and the things that our true hearts desire are ours to behold, not to wish and dwell and have pain and feel devastated. It's like you don't want to feel devastated that you're never going to find your true love, right? Because it's your true heart's desire. It is your gift. You get to have whatever you want. We just have to switch our energy from a place of lack to a place of abundance, from a place of not here to a place of I'm lining up with it. Everything's working out, right? So, does that make sense? I want to make sure that the comments are working. So if you come on, say hello, because just want to make sure. Make sure that this is making sense. Make sure that you're following what I'm saying. Everyone get their own rubber band, and I want you to say, okay, how do I feel about my bank account balance? Do I feel bad? Do I feel good? How do I feel when I'm complimenting someone else? Right? So that's a good one. Literally feel yourself when you compliment someone else, how you feel versus when you criticize someone else, right? Because criticizing is still taking you out of your center, because now you're being judgmental and criticizing and putting people down, and that's, find something to build them up, find something to help them, or just find something else. If you don't like this person, find somebody else that you do like, that you can compliment, right? So it's all about getting yourself in that place of with your inner being, and then knowing that optimum health, abundance of wealth, and true happiness are your natural states of being. So, does that make sense? Let me know in the comments. Let me know how that feels. Let me know. We're starting our fall semester of my training course on my Energy Mastery Life Coaching Certification Program. I need to come up with a shorter title for that. But this is the things that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about removing those blocks, embracing your happy self, and becoming the millionaire abundant self that you are meant to be. So let me know how you're doing with this. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Let me know if this is something that's interesting to you. And as I said, I always coach my clients that happiness comes first, but then we can have fun. Then we can make money. Then we can buy everything we want, because the more we have as good people, as coming from a place of love and light, the more love and light we can shower on other people, right? But if we're so worried, David Rydell says it's hard to be a light bearer if you're struggling to keep the lights on, right? If you can't pay your light bill, it's really hard to be a light bearer. So, so I want to really get a group of people together who are ready to embrace their millionaire selves, become the happiest they've ever been, let go of limitations and blocks, and just live a life that they really love. Literally, create their ideal realities. So that is what I'm working on right now. Let me know if you're interested in anything like that. I'll be posting some more information later. And in the meantime, let's follow our bliss, live our passions, and create our success, because life is what we make it. So let's make it fun and fabulous and wonderful. And always, always, always remember that you deserve a life full of love, magic, and miracles. Thank you so much for being here today. I will be back next Monday. Let me know in the comments if you have some other topics about money that you want to talk about, anything about blocks, anything about limiting beliefs. And we will get those covered. Okay, thank you for being here. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.